I didn't cry when my family betrayed me. That's what shocked them the most. Because they expected tears. They expected me to beg, to scream, to fall apart right in front of them. But I didn't. I just watched. Watched as my own family sat across from me like strangers. My mother, my older brother, my uncle, all sitting there with the same look on their faces. Not love, not concern. Calculation. They weren't talking to me like family anymore. They were talking to me like I was a problem, something to fix, something to remove. And the solution? Money. It all started the day my father died. He didn't leave behind much, but what he did leave was worth everything. A piece of land, not just any land, prime property, the kind people fight over, the kind that turns ordinary families into millionaires overnight. And my name was the only name on it. Not my brother's, not my uncle's, mine. Because I stayed. I was the one who took care of him. I was the one who watched him slowly fade, day after day. I was there when everyone else was too busy chasing their own lives. So he trusted me. He chose me. But apparently, that didn't matter anymore. A few days later, they came to me, smiling. Too much, too fake. We just want to talk, my mother said. That was the first lie. They sat me down, just like this, calm, friendly, careful. And then they started. We should sell the land. It's the smart thing to do. We can all share the money. Share. That word kept coming up, but something didn't feel right. Not the way they were looking at me. So I said no. Just one word, no. And just like that, everything changed. Their smiles disappeared. My brother leaned forward first. You're being selfish. My uncle followed, after everything we've done for you. And my mother, she didn't even look at me. She just said, you don't understand how the world works. But I did. I understood perfectly. They didn't want to share anything. They wanted control. And I was the only thing standing in their way. A week later, they made their move. I got a call. Come over, we need to talk. When I walked in, something felt off. Too quiet. Too prepared. And then I saw them. Lawyers. Sitting at the table, papers already printed, pens already placed. Everything ready. That's when I knew. This wasn't a conversation. It was a setup. They had already done it. Behind my back. They forged documents, manipulated signatures, and legally transferred ownership of everything to themselves. I stood there, looking at the papers, then at them, my family, waiting for me to break. But I didn't. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just smiled. And that was their biggest mistake. Because in that moment, something inside me changed. I stopped seeing them as family and started seeing them for exactly what they were. Greedy, desperate, predictable. So I made a decision. I wasn't going to fight them. I wasn't going to argue. I wasn't going to expose them. Not yet. No, that would be too easy, too fast, too kind. Instead, I let them win. Completely. Publicly. Loudly. I watched them celebrate. I watched them smile. I watched them believe they had beaten me. And while they were celebrating, I was planning. Because revenge is best served in silence. And I was about to make sure they lost everything. I let them win. That's the part no one understands. I didn't fight back. I didn't call a lawyer. I didn't expose them. I smiled and walked away. And they thought that meant they had defeated me. They celebrated that night. Loudly. My brother posted about it. Big family moves. My uncle started calling himself an investor. And my mother? My mother finally looked proud. Not of me. Of the money. That was their second mistake. Because while they were busy celebrating, I was watching. Quietly. Carefully. Learning everything. Every move they made. Every dollar they touched. Every lie they told. You see, greedy people have one weakness. They don't know when to stop. And I knew if I gave them enough time, they would destroy themselves. So I waited. Weeks passed, then months. The land was sold. Millions. More money than any of them had ever seen before. And just like I expected, they changed. My brother quit his job, started spending like he was untouchable. Cars, watches, trips. My uncle started making bigger deals, riskier ones. He thought he was smarter than everyone. And my mother, she stopped calling me, like I never existed. But I didn't need them to call me. I already had everything I needed. Because before they even signed those papers, I had already started preparing. You see, my father didn't just leave me land. He left me something more valuable. Information, documents, records, things he never trusted them with. Things he trusted me to understand. At the time, I didn't know why, but now it all made sense. I went through everything, every file, every transaction, and what I found was worse than I expected. Hidden debts, illegal deals, tax fraud. My uncle had been hiding money for years. My brother had been involved too. Even my mother knew about it. They didn't just betray me, they were already corrupt. And now, with millions in their hands, they were careless. Very careless. So I did what they never expected. I got closer. Not physically, but strategically. I created distance and watched from the outside. I built connections, lawyers, financial advisors, people who understood how money really works, people who don't get emotional, people who get results. And slowly, I started putting everything together. Every transaction they made, I tracked it. Every illegal move, I documented it. Every lie, I saved it. Patiently, silently, perfectly. And then they made their biggest mistake. They got greedy again. They reinvested the money, but this time, it wasn't clean. Fake companies, offshore accounts, unreported income. They thought no one was watching. But I was. Always. That's when I knew it was time. not for revenge, for execution. Because revenge is emotional, but what I was about to do was calculated, precise, and irreversible. So one morning, I made a call, then another, and another, and within hours, everything they built started collapsing. And this time, there was no one left to save them. They chose money over me. So I made sure money destroyed them. The first call went through at 9:02 a.m. By 9:15, everything started falling apart. Accounts frozen. Transactions flagged. Audits opened. And just like that, the money they chose over me became the weapon that destroyed them. My brother called first, panicking. Something's wrong. His voice was shaking. My cards aren't working. My accounts are locked. I didn't answer. Then my uncle called, angry, demanding. Did you do this? I let it ring. And then my mother. She didn't yell. She didn't accuse. Her voice was different, small. Please, call me back. But I didn't. Not yet. Because by noon, it wasn't just their problem anymore. It was public. Investigations opened, financial crimes, fraud, tax evasion. Their names everywhere. News headlines, online articles. People started talking. And just like that, the same people they used to impress started turning on them. My brother lost everything first. His accounts, gone. His friends disappeared. The lifestyle he showed off, gone overnight. My uncle tried to fight it. Lawyers, threats, denial, but the evidence was too strong, too clean, too complete, because I made sure of that. And my mother, she just collapsed, emotionally, mentally, because for the first time, she realized something. This wasn't bad luck. This wasn't coincidence. This was consequence. And that's when it got worse. They turned on each other, blaming, accusing, fighting. My brother blamed my uncle. My uncle blamed my mother. And my mother finally said my name. She knew. Silence. And just like that, they understood. It was me. That's when I finally answered. One call, speakerphone, all of them on the line. For the first time in months, we were together again. No one spoke at first. They were waiting for me. So I spoke. Calm, steady, unshaken. You should have just left me alone. My brother tried to talk. Listen, we can fix this. Fix what? Cut him off, calm but sharp. The part where you sold me? The part where you erased me? Or the part where you thought I wouldn't do anything about it? Silence on their side. My uncle's voice came next. What do you want? I smiled. Nothing. And that's when it hit them. This wasn't about getting anything back. This was about taking everything. Within days, arrests were made, charges filed, assets seized. Everything they built, gone. And me? I didn't show up. Not to court, not to the hearings. I had nothing to prove. I was already free. You see, they chose money over me. So I made sure money destroyed them. And the most painful part? They did it to themselves.